He has done over 3 decades of counseling and a lot of scientific and biblical research to come up with these theories that do work in marriages and now the family. He's authored a brand new book called Love and Respect in the Family.
It's Channel Mom with Jenny Dean Schmidt. We're here for you.
Brought to you by Pediatric Dental Group of Colorado, creating positive and rewarding dental visits for kids of all ages since 1977.
Again, it's that short fuse that some parents have. And it may be that you call a timeout for yourself. You know what? You say, I'm just disgusted with this. Where was your brain? Sometimes you can say things, but you can humor it and you can control it. You've got to guide that emotion. That's what adulthood is all about. It's happened. Here, the back of the garage is all dented up. What are we going to do with that, and how are we going to deal with that? And there are consequences that perhaps need to be enacted. But the real question is, will I get so angry like my dad did toward me that my son closes off?
Yeah.
You know, my dad was so mad at me one time, he put me under the water in the swimming pool and held me under, and I thought he was playing with me. And I start to get up, and he doesn't let me up. And now I'm trying to get up, and now I'm panicking, and I think I'm going to inhale water, and at the last second he lets me up and out. I was about 8 years old, and when I came up, I gasped for air, but I looked at my dad and said, a daddy ought not to treat his boy this way. I'm thinking to myself, that wasn't right. I thought he was going to kill me. And I closed my heart off to my dad.
Yeah.
And it's this kind of reaction that I'm calling parents, wait a minute, we're going to get mad at our kids, irritated. There's no formula here always, but let's not cross the line. There is a line, and we've got to decode what's going on with the kid, what's going on with me, and we better not violate the situation.
Yeah.
And is that easy? It's not as hard as we sometimes make it out to be,
Yeah.
but the deal is we're going to do something. What are we going to do? And one of the things that I'm encouraging parents to do is not look too quick at these outcomes in their kids. If every day we're looking at the outcomes in our children and they're not what we want, then our own self-worth, our sense of effectiveness as a parent can go down. And what we've got to do is not let the children's behavior determine how we feel about ourselves. I had a mother write, she said, one of my problems is that when the kids misbehave or don't act as I think they should, then I feel it is such a reflection on me and an extension of me. I suppose it is a pride thing or part of my personality, but do you have any suggestions? Because this seems to be what wears me down and then paralyzes me, and I feel defeated. And then she says, does this make sense? And my response, absolutely it makes sense. This is the challenge of parenting. And here's the deal. I can only ultimately control my actions and my reactions toward my children.
Right.
Early on, I can control the tot, then we move to counsel for teen, and then we must relinquish. If that's the case, then what can I in fact control? My actions and reactions. And if I am this loving person who is giving, understanding, instructing, etc., then I'm creating the best environment, the most loving environment that hopefully will most motivate my child to choose my faith and my values. Now, that is a set of concepts, but why is that important? This is the key to being the most effective parent as we can be. Once I take the weight off my children for them to make me feel good about myself, then I find myself, you know what, I'm going to be the adult here. And yet today I'm really discouraged by their behavior, but I'm not letting that take me down, and I'm not going to demand of them to perform to make me feel good about myself.